Portland's decline isn't just about sidewalk campers. Rising crime, soaring housing costs, and a fading sense of community have triggered a mass exodus. Once a beacon of hipster culture, now it's losing its groove. Let's unravel the tangled web of issues plaguing the city of roses. Number 10. Changes in the economy. Portland is going through a lot of changes, and their economy is one of the things that's changing. And it has been changing for some time now. Some industries that we've had for a long time are shrinking while others are growing. There used to be a ton of call centers here in the Portland metro area. There's still some, not nearly as many as we had. Let's say 2017. 2018 Ford had a call center here. Netflix had a call center in the Portland metro area, and so did Yo. There's a bunch of other ones. Those are the ones I can think of offhand. Each one of them employed thousands of people, and some of the ones that are still here rely on automation more than they ever did. Number 9. The political climate. The political climate in Portland has become increasingly polarized in recent years. This has made a lot of people feel unwelcome in Portland. Now, if you don't know, Oregon isn't like Portland. Portland, most of Oregon, I would say, is more libertarian than they are, let's say, Republican or conservative. Oregon's always had this independent thing where they just want to live on their land. They want to be able to do what they want, and they want the government to stay out of their business. I don't think a lot of people realize that this is very much a Second Amendment state. Portland is not the rest of Oregon, as they really have that whole attitude. Number 8. The young people are leaving. Like I'd said earlier, back when I first moved up here, the whole hipster thing was going on, and there was a lot of young people living in the Portland metro area. It was a great scene. I was a little bit older, but I worked with a whole bunch of the 20-25-year-olds, and occasionally I'd go out and have drinks with them. But just watching how their life was going here in Portland, it was really nice. Everyone was happy. Everyone loved it here. And it's a lot of different things that chase them out. But many young people are leaving Portland in search of a better opportunity elsewhere. A study by Portland State University found that a number of young people leaving Portland for other cities has increased by 50% in the past 5 years. Number 7. Lack of lower-paying job opportunities. There used to be a time where everyone had 2 jobs in the Portland metro area. Usually one was a full-time job, and then one was maybe a couple days a week. Well, those couple days a week jobs have gone away, and it's not just the change of the economy. All the garbage going on in Portland has chased a lot of companies out, like we've already discussed, and with them, they've taken a lot of jobs that would have been great for someone that, let's say, was just getting out of college. Things like that. Or while they were going to college. I don't know if you know it, but Portland has some good-sized colleges here. You got Reed College, which isn't terribly big. You got Lewis and Clark. You got Portland State. You got the University of Portland. Of course, the community colleges in the area. Tons of restaurants and bars have shut down in the Portland metro area. Number 6. The weather. Yeah, the weather's always been a thing here in Portland. People bring up how much it rains, how cloudy it is all the time. Just gray skies and drizzle. It seems like to me most of the time. I say that as we're in the middle of a really nice day. It's like 80 degrees outside, blue skies. It's great, but this is, 3 months out of the year. The rest of the year, it's gray, cloudy, and rains almost every single day. Portland receives over 120 days of rain every year. I've also seen other studies where it says it's closer to 150 days of rain. Now that's not hard rain. A lot of times it's just a little bit of drizzle, which we get a lot of those days. Number 5. Public transportation. People don't want to ride the MAX anymore. That's our train system that goes downtown and out to the airport, and even into the suburbs. It's really nice, but not anymore, and it's not because the trains are bad shape or the service sucks or anything like that. There's just a lot of garbage that goes on the trains these days, and it's kind of forced people to not want to ride on the trains. Portland has a very sound design and reliable system. Just you don't know what you're going to get when you get on that train anymore. And that feeling is sort of started to show in the traffic in Portland. Portland has some of the worst traffic congestion in the country right now. A lot of it has to do with construction, but you also have more cars on the road than before the pandemic because people don't want to ride the MAX right now. Number 4. The crime rate. Portland has seen an increase in crime in recent years. The violent crime rate in Portland is higher than the national average. This increase in crime has made some people feel less safe as it should living in Portland, especially downtown. When I first moved to Portland, Oregon, Actually, when I first moved here, when I first started making these videos around 2015, Portland's overall crime rate was almost even with the national average. Their violent crime rate was below the national average. Right now, their total crime rate is 168% above the national average. Their violent crime rate is 86% above the national average. So the big difference is property crime is almost 200% above the national average. Got so many people just stealing your stuff. Number 3, high cost of living. You know, Portland's living that dream. The place kinda sucks, but they charge you like it doesn't. It's almost like getting a 3-day-old cheeseburger at McDonald's and they charge you $25 for it. Portland, Oregon has one of the highest costs of living in the United States. It's in the top 15 now. One of the first videos I ever did, I brought this up, that the cost of living was going up. In that video, out of the top 100 cities in the United States, Portland was ranked 28. Now here they are at lucky number 13. This is another reason so many young people have left. They don't have the money to afford Portland metro area anymore. More and more retirees, not like retirees, were hanging out here in the first place. I mean, it's far too cold and rainy and dreary. Unless you're into real heavy gardening, the place is not great if you're retired. Never has been on weather alone. But now it's gotten so expensive. Retirees and young people are leaving. Number 2, Portland's lost its cool. Yeah, Portland used to be the cool place to move. Just like Seattle was for a while there. San Francisco was back in the 60s. Los Angeles has been forever. Portland was the place to move to if you were young. It was just a cool place to live. It's not a thing anymore. Perfect example is, like I talked about earlier, all the hipsters and the music scene was solid here. Well, when it lost its cool, everyone left. I mean, the hipsters went out of style, but whatever style would have replaced them. It's not happening here in Portland anymore. And it's really unfortunate. I mean, like I'd said, this was a great place to live for some time. I mean, Portland's popularity started the late 80s. It was always popular to a degree, but it really got kicked into high gear sometime around the late 80s, early 90s, and it was strong until 2016, 2017, somewhere around there. It just became less of a cool place to live. Now there's no measurable stat for that, and that's just an opinion, but it's an opinion of a lot of people. Number 1, the homeless. Yes, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Actually, the 4,000 elephants in the room. The homeless population in Portland, Oregon has wreaked havoc on this city. It's changed the demographic. It's changed the crime rate. It's changed the traffic patterns. It's affected job opportunities. Please, it has chased longtime residents out of the city, and longtime business owners have decided to set up shop elsewhere. It is an epidemic here in Portland. Now, I don't wish anything bad on the homeless people. They just affect what's around them. They're just people trying to live, and for whatever reason they're on the streets, whether it's some kind of addiction, mental health crisis, falling on hard times, made the decision to live under a bridge. Whatever the reason, they're there, and in a lot of cases, they need help. Sadly, most of them can't be helped, to the point where it would get them off the street. We all know this. This is study after study. We'll tell you that. Some of the people just need to be maintained, probably for the rest of their life. Outgrow. As Portland grapples with a myriad of challenges from economic shifts to cultural changes, it's evident that the City of Roses is at a crossroads. The convergence of factors like rising crime, dwindling job opportunities, and a housing affordability crisis has reshaped its once vibrant landscape. Addressing these issues demands a multifaceted approach, rooted in compassion, innovation, and community collaboration, to revive Portland's spirit and ensure a brighter future for all its residents.